Hi, everyone. Henry DeVries from Agency Rainmaker TV. This is where we help agency leaders make it rain with right fit clients. So if you're in the advertising, marketing, PR, direct marketing world, this is the show for you. And I've got a great guest, soon to be author Matt Klink, and president, founder of Klink Campaigns. Matt, how are you doing today?
Oh, Henry, I'm doing well. Thanks a million for having me.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you in person. You'll be speaking up in UC Irvine on Thursday. But today I wanted to have you introduce yourself first. Tell us about your company.
Sure. So, my company is called Klink Campaigns, obviously my last name, and what I do, and really what I do is mostly corporate public affairs, and I also do a fair amount of political campaigns. No people. I do issues and ballot measures and things of that nature. And I always remind people that I treat every issue and every client with the urgency of a political campaign. So, there's never delay. If you need something, you usually get it right now. And I think that in today's world, people like that, obviously some things I do take months, but they want to know that you're handling it with the urgency and attention that their serious matter deserves.
But usually you live off a campaign for what, a year, year and a half? How long does an engagement usually last?
It depends. I mean, thankfully, the United States and California in particular have very long election cycles. You go to work overseas and you have a 6 week campaign with a dollar cap, so you're limited in what you can spend. So usually 6 to 8 months for most political. But that's why I try to do my lion's share of my work is corporate public affairs. And I joke that in California I work for industries that are heavily regulated and taxed, and that's quite a few of them in the Golden State.
Well, let's get to rainmaking. How do you find these clients? How do you make it rain?
It's a combination of things. My wife always asks me, why do you spend so much time away from the house? Why can't you just do literally punch my time card in at 9 and clock out at 5? And there's a direct correlation between me being out and at events or going to lunches or going to a council meeting or a board of supervised meeting or a hearing somewhere and new business. It's not that I'm constantly pitching people that I see, hey, you should hire me, you should do this. A lot of times people that go to these meetings, they know that they need someone, and then I've been doing this for 33 plus years. They see me and they're like, "Oh, Matt, we need to talk." And then of course scribble a little note down and I follow up with them and schedule an in-person meeting. So that's the primary way that I've done it. The other way, this is gee, Matt, tell me something that's not just the master of the obvious today. It's
Yeah.
existing clients and old clients are my best source of business. Presumably you finished an engagement and you've been successful. Uh, you know, 20 years ago, people just kept you on at a low retainer, and you would keep your retainer until the next big event happens, and then you'd boost that monthly fee. That doesn't happen anymore. They hire you for a project, you finish and solve their issue, and then they say, "Thank you, we'll call you next time." So it's just, I'm a consummate networker. I stay in touch. I know that, like one of my clients loves Michigan football. So I always send him stuff about Michigan football, even though he's not a client right now. Again, we are a people business, and you got to like socializing with people to do what we do. So,
So many great stuff there. What I'm picking up is relationships, and the Michigan story is about you curate relationships and gifts. And well, I what did I send you a Dodger program from
from like the
1961
1960s, yeah, it was fantastic. It was.
because we share a love of that. But and I do a lot because I remember sports, but there's other things that people love. Broadway and the Olympics are sports, but there are things that people love that if you remember that they love them and the thought that counts. You also reminded me of one of my mentors who used to say, you got to circulate to percolate, meaning
Absolutely.
it's not their job to remember we exist. It's our job to remind them that we exist. And like you said, it's, oh, yeah, Matt, here, give me a call this week. Um,
Yep.
you were on the to-do list. You just hadn't bubbled up until they saw you.
Right? No, 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 exactly. Well, and then I will say the other thing too is that luckily I like doing the things that in my business people pay attention to. So I'm on the news quite regularly. So I always buy the clip, and then I have a little distribution list that I send that clip to. I write a lot on Substack on both political and on corporate public affairs types issues. And I'll share with people depending upon who I think will find what I do interesting. So, and one, I love doing it. So that's not like it's a chore.
Right.
It's, and that, again, my wife says, she goes, you're lucky your work is really your hobby. And I love politics. I can't imagine doing anything that isn't, you know, urgent and crisis oriented. So I just love.
Did you tell Mrs. Klink that luck had nothing to do with it?
Yeah. What is it that Gary Player's famous remark that, it's strange, the more I practice, the luckier I get, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. No, she realizes that, but I am fortunate. My dad was never a big wisdom giver. But the one thing he said that stuck was choose something that you like to do because you're going to do it for a long time. So yeah, I'm very fortunate. I have interesting clients. I get to meet exciting and interesting people, and many times I know what's in tomorrow's newspaper.
My dad's wisdom was, Henry, the sun comes up and the sun goes down, and nothing else is free in this world.
Okay, good point.
Yeah. Yes. When people have offered me, I have a thing where the Dalai Lama once offered a free speech when I was at the University of California, San Diego. His free speech cost me a $500,000 because all he wanted was expenses. And he flew 15 llamas in first class from India.
Yes, yikes.
So, yeah, uh, there you go. Well, a lot of great wisdom here. Matt, thanks so much for being a guest, and we'll want to have you back, especially when that book comes out. What's the title of your upcoming book?
The book is called Creating Consent Inside the New Persuasion Economy.
Ah, nice. Okay. Well, until next time, make it rain, and we're